while you're in the world.
I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down your mind.
How wonderful life is while you're in the world.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Zee, and I'm going to sing you a song. It's called Across the Universe of Time by Hayley Weston.
When the sea falls from the shore, as the light sinks low, will I see you anymore? As the rain falls from the sky, can I bring you back from a distant lullaby? Show me your vision, the story's begun. Two nights are rising and burning as one. In the deep blue of the night shine the millions of stars, and my spirit burning bright, and on into the sun. Flying higher, now my journey's begun, and the cold, cold wind, it blows me away. The feeling all over is a black, black day, and I know that I'll see you again, and I know that you There's a star calling my name. The echo is true, but the sun is not the same. Take my hand and lead me away. Bring me back to you. In your arms I'm gonna say, tell me your vision. The story's begun. Two nights are rising and burning as one. All those years living in Spain, I have known you well, yet I've never seen your face. You turn around, looking at me. Laughter in your eyes, and now I can see that the cold, cold wind, it blows me away. The feeling all over is a black, black day, and I know that I'll see you again, and I know that you need me.
Thank you.
so different than before. Still the person I adore. Frozen with fear, I'm out of love, but I take it from the sky. I'm out of words, cause I'm sure it will never last. Oh, I've been saving these last words for one last miracle, but now I'm not sure I can save you if you don't let me. You just get me like I've never been gotten before. Do not make me think of her. Please touch your fragile skin. It haunts me every day. Do not make me think of her. The way she touched your fragile skin. It haunts me every day. I'm out of love, but I can't forget the past. I'm out of words, cause I'm sure it will never last. I've been saving these last words for one last miracle, but now I'm not sure I can save you if you don't let me. You just get me like I've never been gotten before. Like I've never been gotten before. Nice to see your face again. Tell me, will this ever end? Don't disappear. I've been saving these last words for one last miracle, but now I'm not sure I can save you if you don't let me. You just get me like I've never
Please rise for the recessional of students. Thank you, Mr. Lalo. Choir. Please be seated. Before we start the ceremony, I would ask that if anyone has a cell phone with them, that they turn the cell phone off for the time during the ceremony. Good morning, staff, platform party, family members, guests, and most importantly, our graduates. On behalf of Columbia International College, I would like to extend a warm welcome to everyone gathered here today. My name is Tim Putt, and I'm the head of the senior school, and it's my honor to be the MC for today's ceremonies. It's now my pleasure to introduce our platform panel, and they can be seated as well. In the second row, starting on my far left, we have Ms. Dorette Joseph, Admissions Manager, Columbia International College. Ms. Nancy Baker, English Department Head. We'll just save our applause to the end. English Department Head, Columbia International College. Ms. Leanne Stillman, International Admissions Coordinator, the University of Guelph. Mr. Yufei Li, Assistant to the Consul General of the People's Republic of China in Toronto. Ms. Ping Ti, Liaison Director, Columbia International College. Ms. Jen Irwin, Student Recruitment Officer at the University of Toronto, Scarborough. Mr. Jeremy Galea, Head of English as a Second Language, Columbia International College. Mr. Zhenbo Chen, Student Recruitment Officer, York University. Mr. Xiaoshen Yu, Residence Director, Student Services, Columbia International College. Ms. Sherry Thompson, Assistant to the Principal, Columbia International College. And now we'll move to the front row, starting on my far left. Mr. Jim Campbell, General Manager, Columbia International College. Dr. Carolyn Ford, Manager of International Recruitment, Western University. Ms. Vicky Yu, Valedictorian. His Excellency, Mr. Feng Li, Consul General of the People's Republic of China in Toronto. Mr. Clement Chan, Founder and Executive Director, Columbia International College. Mr. Ron Rambaran, Principal, Columbia International College. Ms. Marissa Modeski, Assistant Director, Student Recruitment, Undergraduate Admissions and Recruitment, Ryerson University. Mohammed Khan, Vote of Thanks. And finally, Dr. Glenwood Arns, Director of International Marketing Development at Brock University. It's our platform. Thank you. We'd also like to extend a warm welcome to our delegation from Yichen Lopan Hu International School in China in our front row here. Please stand up. Thank you. Graduates, today is the celebration of your accomplishments. It's a proud moment for all of us, staff, parents, and friends, as we watch you graduate and bring this chapter of your life to a close. Please rise and join Mr. Lawless and our school band and choir in singing of the national anthem.
With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true love strong and free. From far away, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please be seated. I would now like to call upon our principal, Mr. Ron Rambaran, to give the principal's address. Mr. Rambaran has served on many community boards, including the Industry Education Council. He was a founding member of the Hamilton Training Advisory Board. He was elected private school representative at the first Governing Council of the Ontario College of Teachers. In 2005, he received the Hamilton Spectator's Publishers Award for Educators. Mr. Rambaran is currently the chair of the Independent Schools Association of Ontario and the past chair of Hamilton Crime Stoppers. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Rambaran to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Putt. Excellency, Fang, Mr. Chan, Mr. Campbell, platform guests, teachers, parents, staff, and most important, graduates. One of the goals of our total care education system is to teach students to become responsible global citizens. As you graduate today, I hope you understand and accept what it means to be a global citizen. Here are some definitions worldwide. Oxfam, recognized for its efforts on behalf of international development and humanitarian response, sees a global citizen as someone who is aware of the wider world and has a sense of their own role as a world citizen. Someone who respects and values diversity, who has an understanding of how the world works economically, politically, socially, culturally, technologically, and environmentally. Someone who participates in and contributes to the community at a range of levels from local to global, who is willing to act to make the world a more sustainable place, and who takes responsibility for their actions. UNICEF, drawing from many sources, defines a global citizen as someone who understands interconnectedness, respects and values diversity, has the ability to challenge injustice, and takes action in personally meaningful ways. Ron Israel, who is the co-founder and a board member of the Global Citizens Initiative, states that those who see ourselves as global citizens are not abandoning other identities. We're not abandoning allegiances to our own countries, ethnicities, political beliefs. These traditional identities give meaning to our lives and will continue to shape who we are. However, as a result of living in a globalized world, we find we have an added layer of responsibility. We have concern and a share of responsibility for what is happening to the planet as a whole. And we are members of a worldwide community of people who share this concern. The Ontario Ministry of Education defines a global citizen as one who has the values, skills, and knowledge to live productively and harmoniously in a society that values diversity, and who is committed to and engaged in the continued advancement of equity, humanity, and social justice within the community. Grads, I hope you recognize yourself in one of these definitions. So what do we expect at CIC? What do we expect of our graduates? What needs to happen in order to make the leap from national citizenship to global citizenship? First and foremost is respect. Respect for yourself and respect for others. To follow the golden rule, and the golden rule is found in all societies, in all beliefs. Do to others as you would have them do to you, or do not do unto others what would cause pain if done to you. Commitment to participate responsibly in political, economic, social, and cultural life is what's expected of you. The ability to develop knowledge and understanding of the world and your country's place in it. An understanding of different beliefs and cultures, which you've had that experience here. You need to be able to evaluate environmental, scientific, and technological issues as they impact not only your country, but the world. And to develop informed, ethical views of complex issues. What challenges do you face when you become a global citizen? In addition to understanding other cultures and empathy for other people and their problems, a global citizen needs to recognize the similarities that bind all people together, and to not only understand, but to respect cultural differences. Respect in the sense of developing an appreciation of the cultural traditions of others. Global citizens should share knowledge and work cooperatively to solve problems that affect all of us. So grads, here's my question to you. What action do we expect you to take in order to continue to become a global citizen when you get to university and in your careers afterwards? You had the opportunity to be a global citizen at CIC every day by learning about, respecting, and communicating with people from different cultures, beliefs, and orientations. By solving problems peacefully, by being responsible for yourself and your school community, by showing honesty, being truthful with yourselves and with others, by developing a sense of fairness, treating each other as you would like to be treated. You developed a sense of caring, showing concern for others and being kind to others. Optimism, having hope for the future. It was interesting this weekend in the Hamilton Spectator, Rabbi Emeritus Bernard Baskin, who I've followed his writings over the years, and I really respect the things he writes, talked about perseverance, and he says perseverance was the key trait to success in all aspects of life, and this also applies to global citizenship. Now, you may recognize these actions: respect, peaceful resolution of problems, responsibility, honesty, fairness, caring, optimism, and perseverance as our CIC character keys. You've been living global citizenship while at CIC, and we expect that you will continue to build on this foundation throughout your years in university and in your future careers. Grads, the best of luck, and thank you.
Thank you for your insightful words, Mr. Van Baeren. It's my distinct privilege to introduce our keynote speaker today. His Excellency, Mr. Feng Li, Consul General of the People's Republic of China in Toronto. Mr. Li started his progressive career in 1979 as a researcher with the China Institute of International Studies. And in 1981, he began his foreign service career with his first posting in the United States of America. He most recently served as ambassador at the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in the Republic of Moldova, prior to coming to Canada and joining the consulate in Toronto. Please join me in welcoming His Excellency Feng Li to the podium.
Good morning, Mr. Clement Chen. Good morning, Principal Mr. Van Baeren. Teachers, students, parents, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Very happy to meet you. And I've been here for 2 years almost. And this is my second time to attend the graduation ceremony of this type of international college. It's my great pleasure to know Mr. Chen as soon as I came to Toronto to work as Consul General. Today I'm come here with a young heart, although I'm more than 50. It reminds me many happy moments when I was a college student. See, Mr. Tim Put, right? And introduced me up to 1979. What happened for me before 1979? I was university student studying international language, English, in Beijing for 4 years. And what is before the 4 years? 4 years ago, before I came to the college, I was a farmer in China. You couldn't believe, right? And actually, I graduated from high school in China in 1971, and I went to the countryside. Probably people know that during the 1960s or 1970s, China was underway the Cultural Revolution. The government calls on all the young people to go to the countryside to work as a peasant, to train themselves. But some of the young people don't like to go to the countryside because they are living in the city. They have a modern life, the modern facilities, while they should go to the farmland to work as a peasant. I was sent to the countryside as a farmer. I was there for 3 years. I do all kinds of the farm work. But 3 years working in the farmland gives me a strong personality. At that time, when I was 15 to 17 or to 18, I was working very hard. Working with the peasants. I do all kinds of job. I undertake very hard life there. But I never lose my hope. I never lose my confidence. I think someday I will be the leader in the countryside, right? I didn't think that I should go to the universities and to be a diplomat after 10 years. I worked there, working hard, but one chance came. The revolution tends to the end. So the universities need young people to go in as students. Through the examinations, I went to the Beijing International Language University, which is Beijing 外国语大学. 北外, we call it. That's in Chinese. That's one of the very famous Chinese international universities in China. And I went there as a student. I learned my English from A, B, C. You know, the people from Shanghai in China, it's easy for them to learn English because their accent is more like foreign language. But I'm from the northern part of China, which I'm speaking Mandarin, the 普通话, the standard Chinese official language. It's very hard for me, but I'm working very hard. I'm studying very hard. Even I remember, even I was in the tallest, I remember the words. When I go on the bus, very crowded bus in China at that time in the 1970s, but I also try to remember the new words, new expressions. So 4 years after the study in China in 1974 and in 1978, I was one of the best students among maybe 15 to 20 among 100. I was sent to the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And that year, I became a career diplomat. I think, as a person, you must believe yourself. As I said just now before, you have your own confidence. Now, today is a graduation day for all of you. I think you are taking us the same age as I when I was a college student, but you must use great hope, high confidence. You must working hard. When you are making difficulties, please don't lose your confidence. Don't lose your hope. I'm so happy that I've been serving in my country for more than 30 years. As I said, I've been working in Johannesburg, South Africa, Singapore, Manchester, United Kingdom, Washington, D.C., and Houston, Texas. When working in those countries, I think we also have some difficulties. You know, China was a very poor country before the China economic reform in 1970s. But during that time, we were working very hard. We tried to promote the friendship between China and all other countries. So, students, young people should work hard always. I think after your graduation, I didn't think is you finish your milestone, one landmark, but you have many to follow. And I strongly suggest you to learn some Chinese when you are in universities. China is a very friendly country between It's a very friendly country between China and Canada. And now China is the second trade partner with Canada. We have 700,000 Chinese people living here in Toronto areas. And Ontario has very close links with China. So learning the Chinese language is you're learning one of the tools to promote yourselves. I told many young people when I was visiting universities, I said, if you know English, if you know French, or you know other Italians or something, and then you know Chinese, it's easy for you to communicate with the Chinese people when you were in China. Or someday maybe you can be the ambassador to China, no matter which country you are from. Columbia International is a very good school. As I said, this is my second graduation ceremony I attended since I came here as Consul General. But I visited some other universities, some other colleges. But today's graduation ceremony gives me a very total new look. Just now I had some time to look the historical passion, the book you wrote. And I saw a very young look of Mr. Clement Chan and Mr. Ram Barrett in 1970s, 80s. I know this is 35th anniversary of the founding of the International College, and I wish they have another 35. Wonderful past, wonderful victory, and wonderful success. Thank you so much for inviting me to come here. Thank you. See you soon.
Thank you for your meaningful words, Excellency Fan Li. You'll be happy to know that I'm learning Chinese as well. We're now moving on to the main event for today, the presentation of diplomas and the top subject prizes. So I'll get everyone to get organized. And I'd like to call upon Dr. Glenwood Irons from the University of Brock to present the first diplomas.
Anand Sahaj. Alvarez Morales Wendy Alaheli. Al Masri Tarek Jawad Khalil. Afolabi Bukola Akanyena Kunmilayo. Total scholarships of $2,000. Ankra Habima Akushika. Asanabari Ifilolu Esther Oyenamo. Total scholarships of $14,800. Akpan Mobung Justina Mofuniso. Abdullah Kahar Iman Habib, received total scholarships of $7,200. Abikoyi Tolawa Bidolua Mayokun. Total scholarships $18,950. Arvind Rajav Oliver. Alharthi Salim Saeed. Akagbosu Lily.
Thank you, Dr. Arms. I'd now like to call upon Mr. Jinbo Chen from York University.
Awanodi Okanet Runo. Kumelo Oluwatosim Jacob. Akeyu Timadayo Jason Adekunle Michael. Ali Oluwatola B. Loba. Bravo Brandon. Bakari Matilda Adeloa. Total scholarships $8,000, receiving top subject prize in international business. Bob Ely, Chizara Yvonne. Bennett Kelsey Manny Yao. Balarinwa Zainab Falaki, receiving total scholarships of $4,000. Chubakova Anna.
Thank you, Mr. Chen. I'd like to call Miss Leanne Stillman, Guelph University.
Cacheto Leocata Fabiano Jose. Total scholarship of $1,000, receiving top subject prize in chemistry. Chukwu Uchichi Irene. Christopher. Chang Yi Man. Chan Ashley Hui Jane. Total scholarship of $1,000. Cho Wing Sum. Du Hao Nan. Dutton Deborah Grace, top subject prize in geography. Daminabo Soteni Bennett. Eshanazarov Muzaffar. Esenwa Onyinyekchukwu Efeyate. Ejuwunmi Oluwakoradi Samuel Oluwa. Azama Chuka Mark.
Thank you, Ms. Stillman. I'd like to call upon Marissa Modeski from Ryerson University.
Fang Mei Chi. Gao Ming. Grace Catherine, receiving total scholarships of $14,000 and top subject prize in physics. Gituma Martin Kimathi. Gary O'Ford Kane Andrew. Hamza Yusuf Amr receiving a scholarship for $4,000. Iwezor Prince Kenneth. Hung Sam. He Xiao Tong. Yang Bai. Jeremy Joshua, receiving total scholarships of $93,500 and top subject prize in computer science. Joshi Roshan Jacania. Kiva Alina. Kofi Sanaya Marie Chantal Alfer Akio, total scholarships of $5,000. Ko Kang Yun. Liang Shi. Lee Peck Yap, receiving total scholarships of 8,500. Lee Jingyu.
Thank you, Ms. Modesta. I'd like to call upon Ms. Jenny Irwin from the University of Toronto, Scarborough.
Li Xiao Yuxi. Yu Yu Cheng. Li Shu Fan. Liang Hui Ying, total scholarships of $8,000. Sumatayeva Alnura. Larasati Batari. Li Tu An. Malnikova Yulia. Minoa Jessica, receiving total scholarships of $39,500. Makanjola Uladet Pau Aidamola, receiving total scholarships of $3,000.
Yeah. Congratulations.
McWinway Charleston Aguilar. Makanjola Waslit Kehindi Oikans, receiving total scholarships of $4,000. Mado Jessica. Muzero John Tagore. Nguyen Din Tang Tui. Nguyen Tran Yat Nam. Liu Tzi, receiving total scholarships of $14,500. Subject prize in challenge and change vocal music. Nguyen Hui Giap. Renee Karasuka Gentle. Teng Princess Nyiminyaya, receiving total scholarships of $4,000. Ong Zong Lin, receiving total scholarships of $16,500 and top subject prize in biology. Neto Dalton Bernie. Owa Iboronte, receiving total scholarships of $82,800. Otisi Yena Angela, receiving total scholarships of $4,500. Okor Chisholm Ifeoma Adezi, receiving total scholarships of $36,000. Ogunshote Oluwatobi Omolola. Odegbisen Oluwadamiloa Odunayo. Ose Akoto Kevin Kwame. Owoni Oluwabonsayo Emmanuel. Odusanya Mofolowasayo Omotayo, receiving total scholarships of $32,500.
Thank you, Ms. Irwin. I'd now like to call upon Dr. Carolyn Ford from Western University.
Okon Omuron Obungatbasi. Onakayo Toloolasa Adamola, receiving total scholarships of $4,000. Olanrawayu Oluwatamilehen Omobalaji, receiving total scholarships of $4,000. Okwor Chugudi Nyambuyanyi, receiving total scholarships of $16,000. Oyefeso Oluwatalagola Jeremiah. Juan Mohammed Mujtaba. Top subject in interdisciplinary studies. Olani Olatunde Akinyami. Ogoriba Watson Wendy Inyefa. Politva Dimitri. Wu Yuling, receiving total scholarships of $4,000. Pham Lee Nyat. Quino Priscilla Yimna. Quack Elaine Yin Leng. Slami Basma Olosei Puminatma. Sanusi Kudirat Abisola. Suita Sergio, total scholarships of $6,250. Steganenko Polina Sergeyevna. Top subject prize in visual arts. Solis Ruiz de Espra Carolona. Ohiani Daniel Onoruza. Toso Mahmoud Abdullahi, total $4,000. Tai Camlin. Chanaka Cynthia Juliana, total scholarships of $12,750. Tong Wang Chin. Tu Yi Zi. Udom Marvin Mofonbong. Wilson Charles. Yuan Kai Ning, total scholarships of $8,500, top subject price in career studies. Yu Hao Nang. Zhang Ying. Zhu Chang Lin, total scholarships of $21,000 and top subject price in visual arts. Zheng Zhao Yan, total scholarships of $2,000. Zhu Zixin. Zhang Yan, total scholarships of $4,000. Zhang Jing. Cohen Alicia Nadine. Cheng Chi Chi. Raman Alvi Mashiat. Sakti Bin, total scholarships of $8,000. Huang Kuyan. Zhu Gu Yi. Afanasev Nikolai, top subject prize and writer's craft. Yang Wen Yuan.
Thank you, Dr. Ford. Congratulations to all of our graduates, June 2014. I'd like to draw your attention to the program for just a minute. If you turn to the list of graduates, you'll see that some of them have a star beside their name. And those are the students that received a the Ontario Scholar, which means they had an over 80% average in their top 4U or 6 4U courses. We've arrived at a special part for our ceremony today, the various awards and scholarships that are given to graduates for their excellence both within and outside of the classroom. Please refer to your student program or for your program for student leadership awards that were given at a previous ceremony. I'd like to call Mr. Rambaran up for the first award. This is the Principal Scholarship, $3,000 awarded to the student with the highest 4U average, and that student is Jeremy Joshua. With that, Jeremy, you could go there. Jeremy's average is 97.3%. Mr. Rambaran, if you could stay for the next one. The next one is the Harold Mills Memorial Scholarship, $1,000 awarded in memory of Harold Mills, former principal, to the top 4U graduate in the social studies stream. And this student also won the top mark for Writer's Craft this year. And I know that we had a visiting author, Wei Sin Choi, who was really sparked by her writing, and in fact they have a continuing relationship where he's asked her to send writing. So that's Leo Zen. Congratulations. Thank you, Mr. Rivera. She does sing, you'll hear her sing. I would like to point out to the graduates, if you did receive a top subject prize today, we do have a medal for you, and you will receive that with your grad kit at some point, so we deliver that. Mr. Campbell, if you could come forward, please. The next award is the Kevin Matthews Memorial Scholarship. The recipient of the Kevin Matthews Memorial Scholarship is awarded to an individual who has demonstrated service and leadership to the CIC community, overcome personal challenges, and shown excellent achievement. And the winner goes, or the award goes to Paulina Stednenko. Thank you. Mr. Clement Chan, if you could present the next award. This is the Sylvia Park Memorial Scholarship, given to the graduating student who is both an Ontario Scholar and who has demonstrated leadership as part of the Student Executive Leadership Team. This particular student has been a very positive member to our school's leadership team in the past semester, and her time at CSC has committed herself to giving back to the community. We're very pleased to and happy to recognize Vicky Wu. Thank you, Mr. Chen. If Mr. Galea could come forward to present the Sodexo Scholarship, $1,000 awarded to the top 4U graduate in science and math, and that is Jeremy Joshua. Thank you. Mr. Yu, please. This is the Donnelly Insurance Limited Residence Community Awards, and they're awarded to students who have made a difference in their a difference through their contributions to residence life at CIC. The following students were selected for their respective residences for their positive impact on the residence community. So we have Adis Okwar, Fabiano Cascheto, Alistair Hackendor, and Lily Akubasu. Thank you, Mr. Yu. If I could have Ms. Baker come forward, please. The Global Citizenship Award is awarded to the student who has demonstrated the wisdom and respect to strive to understand people of different cultures and grow from their encounters with them. They are someone who has a compassion to care for all and encourage to act and to make a difference. This year's recipient as a student has demonstrated just that, and we are proud to recognize Mohammed Khan. Nancy, if you could stay for the next one. The Fine Arts Award. $500 awarded to the top 4U graduate demonstrating excellence in fine arts, and the award goes to Zhu Cheng Lin. Mr. Chan, if you could present the next one. This is the YAA Graduate Scholarship of Excellence. The Young ASEP Achiever Scholarship of Excellence is awarded to the YAA student, graduate at this point, who demonstrated good character, high academic achievement, and a commitment to the YAA programming. This year's recipient was an exceptional role model to his peers in all aspects of CIC student life, and it goes to Toby Arabayo. Thank you. There are a number of continuing scholarships at CIC, but the one that I wanted to mention, we don't have an award to present today, is the External Community Service Award. And this year's External Community Service Award is going to a student who, although just arrived in March this year, has already demonstrated passion for volunteering in the Hamilton community. So we just wanted to recognize at this Scott Yu Zhang. Congratulations. We do have Duke of Ed Bronze Awards. We have 3 students that are being recognized today again who have completed the Duke of Ed International Award for Young People and Bronze Level. These students were committed to developing themselves in all areas of life, personal health and well-being, service to others, their community, skills development, and most importantly, outdoor camping expedition. So we wanted to recognize them, and they'll receive their certificates at a later date. And that's Francis Nukte, Aziz Okwar, Angela Otesi. Congratulations. So congratulations to all our award winners. I just wanted to draw your attention to our community service. All of our graduates are required to complete community service hours in order to graduate. Many of them go above and beyond that. And this year, the the 2014 June graduates collectively completed over 6,350 hours. So congratulations to them. We have a special presentation today from Brock University, and I'd like to call Dr. Glenwood Arns to come forward for those 3 awards. These are 3 students that are receiving their scholarships today, and that's Pek Lok Lee, Hoi Young Young, and Cynthia Tryenko. Please come up. It's now time for our valedictorian address, and I know that Vicky's been patiently waiting for her turn to speak. So Vicky's been a valuable contributor to student life. When she arrived at the school a year and a half ago, Vicky was a quiet girl who was determined to get as much out of her experience at CIC as possible. She joined a wide variety of activities ranging from badminton to drama club, and was incredibly active in giving back to her community through the school mentorship and community service programs. In recent semesters, she flourished on our school leadership team. The staff is extremely proud of the transformation they've seen in Vicky during her time at CIC, and we're excited for what her future holds. So please join me in welcoming Vicky Wu to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? I hope everyone have a great time in this ceremony. Dear Mr. Chen, Mr. Baron, other staff, teachers, parents, guests, and most importantly, my fellow graduates of 2014. The day of farewell has finally arrived. It is a great honor for me to stand here, but to be honest, my legs are shaking. I'm so nervous to talk in front of so many people for this public speech, but now I'm ready to face this challenge. I was nervous talking to people before I came to CIC. But for 1 year and a half, I have learned to talk and share my thoughts in front of a group of people, like the leadership team. I believe CIC has changed me. Before starting my topic today, I would like to congratulate all the graduates because you have finally achieved your high school diploma, and you are taking your next step towards success. Today is a special day of honor, happiness, as well as the sadness of living. It is hard to believe we just graduated from high school. I can still remember how we met each other and become friends, and most impressively, remember all the smiles from all of you. We probably all want to stay, but we can't, because not much is everlasting and unchanging. Finishing high school is not an ending, because I believe every single ending is a new beginning. We are all going to leave CIC, and we are going to change and step into our new journey. From the day we reach university or college, it means things have changed. Now, I know a lot of us fear to change, but soon we are going to new cities, new schools, with new teachers and new people. It is okay to share who you are with others. Don't be afraid to talk to others and advocate for yourself. Remember, one smile can start a friendship. One kind word can end a fight. One look can save a relationship. Believe me, friends can change your life. No road is long with company. We all need friends. So try to make as many friends as you can in university or college. Open your heart and you will see how amazing your life could be. Life is a beautiful struggle. Good or bad, some people will always have something negative to say. They might argue that you're too fat, too skinny, look terrible, what you have done is totally wrong, or you're not deserving. So what? Do you care? Or do you care? Stop worrying what others think of you. What they think is not important. What is important is how you feel about yourself, how you know yourself. You are not born to let people judge you. The more you care about what others think of you, the more you hurt. You are you, the unique you in this world. The reason why we are not satisfied with ourselves is that we are comparing. Happiness is found when you stop comparing yourself to other people. Time does not change people. Experience does. I was upset after one of my exams because I didn't do as well as I expected. And my friend said a few words that influenced me a lot. She said, "Forget about it, but learn from it." And I said, yeah, why not? Each mistake you make can make you stronger. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Therefore, remember to use your mistakes as stepping stones to your future success. There's one sentence always in my heart which explained me for a long time. Everybody wants happiness. No one wants pain. But how can you see the rainbow without rain? We should always believe in ourselves. Mistakes are just part of the process, and success is not far from us. If you never know, if you never try, you will never know. So every time when you feel the pressure is too much for you, especially in university, say, "I can," instead of "I can't." And now, it is time to say goodbye to this chapter and say hello to our new journey. Believe in yourself and set your goals and make changes along the way. Do not let the struggles you will face bring you down. Use them to make you stronger and be the best you can be. Thank you.
Next up is our vote of thanks, and I'll just do a bit of introduction to Mohammed. Mohammed has taken a strong leadership role among his peers from the moment he arrived at CIC. He embraced the opportunities that CIC offered to further develop himself as a leader. He was a valuable member of the service prefect team and was extremely excited to be part of the 30-hour famine planning committee. He took the initiative he took initiative in his role and went above and beyond his expected duties. Mohammed is well respected by both staff and students for his maturity and good character. Mohammed.
Good morning, respected guests, parents, teachers, and of course, students. It's been one heck of a journey here at CIC, and I could never have imagined that it would end at such a high. But now that I'm up here, I'm going to take this opportunity and do my utmost best with it. The number of people we meet in our lifetime is countless. Most of them just simply pass by, some may say hi, and a lucky few sit down for a coffee. But the beautiful thing is that each and every one of those people has an effect and an impact on our lives. But I ask you, how many times have you stopped one of them and thanked them for what they did and showed them how much you appreciate them? The sad truth is that we don't. We never let them acknowledge how much of an impact they've had on the world. Drew Dudley is an educator from Toronto. He says that we all have lollipop moments. Lollipop moments are moments where a simple act of kindness can have a huge impact on us. Now, like a simple lollipop, which is sweet, it can make the rest of our day brighter. Most of these moments go unacknowledged, and that's a bad thing, because those people who deserve to be appreciated never are. But I'm going to change that today. I've had so many of those lollipop moments in my last year here alone at CIC, and it would be a shame if I left without recognizing them. So the first person I'll start with is the person who started this all. He had a dream of establishing an institution where young intellectuals could come, achieve, and prosper. So without doubt, the first sign of appreciation should rightfully be shown to no other than Mr. Chan. And if I have to say, sir, if that was your dream, you aced it, you outdone yourself. But he hasn't been alone on this journey. Just a few feet away from him is another man who's given 30 years of his life to this school and served it. He is our principal, our Commander General, Commander General of the school, Mr. Rambaran. He, with the help of one of the most efficient cabinets you'll ever see, the academic office, has managed to make a school filled with 1,800 teenagers run smoothly and without hiccup. I want to repeat, 1,800 teenagers. You know how hard you are to manage, and they do it brilliantly. And like any other well-established, well-run establishment, CIC has built their success on a strong foundation. You may ask, what is this foundation? Now, the obvious answer that comes to our minds is teachers, because it's a school, and credit is due for the teachers. The teachers at CIC are caring, thoughtful, and loving. I've seen teachers whose face has glowed when returning students have come to meet them, and their emotions are clear. It's joy and happiness, but utmost, it's their pride that the students they nurtured are now achieving their dreams. They've been the wisest of mentors and the most understanding of friends, as well as the cruelest of villains. But they've made our experience here at CIC memorable, and for that, you do have to thank them. But that answer alone is way too simple, because CIC is more than just about school, classes, and learning. So one of the true driving forces behind CIC's success has been the men and women from the maintenance staff, the cleaning staff, the IT department, and the campus security. These guys make sure the school is clean, that everything is working, and that all of us are safe. And they deserve a mention because it's not easy handling all of our problems. And I know that I go to the IT staff at least 3 times a week, or I go to campus security because a friend of mine lost something the other day and I have to find it for them. But that foundation, CIC used that foundation to build strong pillars on which they build the school's stability and strength. Each one of these pillars is a department that has mastered its craft and delivered endless performance every day of the school year. Let it be Sodexo providing us with all the essentials we need to have a healthy diet and the energy to study. The Liaison office in room 169 helping us with all our problems with our visas or with our issues with our parents. Or it be the UPO guiding us through both life and career defining decisions that sometimes are too much for a student to handle. Even the guys at the college store, helping us get ready for the new school year and giving us the clothes and books we need. I know I go to the college store just to see Miss Barbara and chat with her. She's one of the sweetest people you'll meet, and she can turn a bad day in a 180 turn fast as possible. But that's not it. One of the departments that excel the most and has the most tremendous success here at CIC is the ECL department, who've helped so many of us new students improve our language skills, but also teach us so many important lessons about Canada. And to this day, most of them are still our favorite teachers here at CIC. But there's a glue that holds this entire establishment together. The school offers an unrivaled community life and experience. The atmosphere and the culture blend here at CIC is unique. And there's two main influencing parties on that. The first is our housing parents and resident staff. They make sure that every one of us participates in our residence and gets to meet new people, make friends, and learn new skills. They'll talk to you when no one else is there, and have some of the funniest and coolest stories to tell. And another is a bunch of exemplary people who work together as the sole purpose to improve our life here at CIC. You all know them. They're the people who run the clubs, the community service events, the other school events, and lead the leadership committees. They're the guys up in room S244, the student development. Now, I was given the honor to work with them more than that minimum 10 hours, and I feel that they all run with the same motto: the student comes first. The dedication that they show was inspiring, each person working as hard or harder than the next. And it's something that that makes you just stand in awe and see how much of people they're dedicated to us. And they find new and innovative ways to entertain us. I remember seeing Miss Courtney in a constant rush, getting everything done in time. Sometimes I questioned even if she slept that night. Or let it be me flipping Mr. Brandon over my shoulders into a hard ice. It was epic. Or just walking through the hallways and being greeted by Miss Kathy's ever-joyous smile. You guys have had a huge impact on our lives here, which is immeasurable. And it has been an absolute pleasure spending the time that I did with all of you. Now, I think that covers mostly everyone that I wanted to talk about today, but I have one honorable mention. Red Bull, Mountain Dew, and Starbucks, anywhere that you could get caffeine in general, helping us through all those sleepless nights where we had an assignment due the next day. Now, everything I've said here tonight is not my voice alone. It's something that is echoed by every single one of this graduating class. And if I've missed you, it is not that I've forgotten you. It is that I've not realized my lollipop moment with you yet. And in the future, when I do realize it, you give me an opportunity to remember this school again. And that in itself is priceless. So I want to give you guys one last massive thank you from all of us. I want everyone in this room to stand up and give them the standing ovation that they deserve.
Thank you. On behalf of the over 300 staff that work at CIC, we accept your thanks. I'd now like to call to the podium Mr. Clement Chan to have some final remarks.
I hope that symbolizes that I always have the final words. 35 years. 35 years of gratitude. Your Excellency, Mr. Fang, platform guests, parents, teachers, staff, graduates, other students and friends. Not everyone has the chance to work on a mission for 35 years. As I mentioned to some of you, my classmates, my high school classmates always laughed at me. He said, Mr. Chan, you only did one thing in 35 years. We changed job from IBM to Cisco to Oracle and all these things, and you are still at one position. That's boring, he said. Well, I was an international student coming to Canada in 1972. My mother is from Singapore. My father was from the Guangdong province. All my 7 brothers and sisters were born and raised in Hong Kong. So, graduates, that's why you see Columbia International College functions in the Hong Kong and Singapore efficiency. I started this task in 1978 when I was working at McMaster and started planning the opening of this school. And as I opened this school in January 1979, I have lots of friends from McMaster helping me, and we all said, don't tell the president, you know, we're all working on Columbia International College. Well, through my sister, I had a vision, a very simple vision, is to set up a school that can best help the international students. Schools that were taking in international students in those days were very basic in facilities. They are in the basement of churches or second floor of a 7-Eleven stores. At that time, public school did not allow international students into their system. They only take in students, you know, recently, probably in the last 10, 15 years when they experienced declining enrollments. So international student is an afterthought for them. But for us, for me, it was the most important mission. And it was by design that the school is designed for international students. I did not study education when I was at university, but I'm a very concerned and caring individual. When I traveled for the school and met the parents and the children, I saw how worried they were about the children's education. I changed and improved the educational programming and services we offer at Columbia so that students can perform to their best. I'm concerned that parents spend their hard-earned money on their children's education and who decide to send their kids overseas. So we as a school should be sensitive in finding ways, different ways, to deliver success to the students. Also, we need to look after the well-being of the students in terms of safety. Not just physical safety, but also safety in what we call ASEP, academic, social, emotional, and physical. We formalized the total care into a system. We turn this into a corporate or school culture. We educate every staff on what ASAP Total Care Education means and what it is all about to the students and parents. So dear graduates, my messages to you are, only a fraction of you will do what you set out to study at university. I study economics. I end up running a school. I believe it is only just under 60% of the people can do what they set out to study at university. My second word is that if you are passionate about what you do, you will have much greater chance of succeeding in it. In fact, I would venture to say that you would definitely be successful in doing whatever you're passionate about and care for. Today, you look at Columbia International College, 1,800 students, 340 staff, you say that's a big success. We become the largest boarding school in Canada and in fact the entire North American continent. I have to thank a lot of people around me. Most importantly is my family, my parents, and in particular my sister, Mrs. Pauline Can. She guided me in formulating of the concept. And like what Mr. Pham was saying, he went through the late 60s and the 70s in the Cultural Revolution. And he said he came out stronger as a person. No different. My father sent me over to Canada to study. He gave me $800 before I boarded the plane. When I arrived at the university, I paid $500 for my tuition fee. I have $300 in my pocket. And I used that $300 to survive for 8 months of study. Okay? Now, you may not even think twice. You spend $300 in a day. Okay? I have to spend $300 over a year. But as Mr. Fan said, that make me stronger. Okay? And like Vicky, I couldn't agree more to her speech, which was a beautiful speech. Life is a beautiful struggle. And for the past 35 years, I only remember the beautiful part. And I also remember the greatness, the kindness that a lot of people extended to me. As I mentioned, when I was studying this school, I was working at McMaster University after I graduated from UBC. And my colleagues and former colleagues offer a lot of help and advice to me at the start of the operation in '79 and early '80s. They included Dr. Campbell Davis, Dr. Norman Archer, and of course, Mr. Petra Fernando. They were advisors to me for many years at the start of the school. I'm also thankful to all the former staff members and principals, Christine Davis, Mabel Young, Harold Mills, and Anna Shukonik for their contribution to Columbia International College. Of course, Columbia would not be as successful as today with all the current principals, head of schools, teachers, managers, and all the staff members that are working very hard every day. Thanks also go to the following professionals whom I have the privilege to work with over 30 years. Mr. Bob Schwab, my accountant, Mr. Jeff Teal, my legal advisor, and last but not least, how many of you know, is Mr. Jim Campbell, our general manager. He was my first banker when I first started in 1979. Graduates, my last word of advice to you today is remember all your friends, as Vicky said. Remember your family. Remember your colleagues. Be thankful, generous, and kind to them. Without them, I would not be where I am today. And graduates, be thankful and gracious to the people around you today and in the future. In particular, be thankful to your families who deserve your special heartfelt thank you when you see them. When you travel back for your holiday or next time when you meet them. Graduates, I hope with your support, now and in the future, you will tell your friends and relatives about your positive experience at Columbia, and that Columbia will continue to deliver its unique and very successful ASAP Total Care education to many more international students over the next 35 years. And I hope, as you can see today, we're making changes to the front of the school. And I hope this is a symbol of the new 35 years for Columbia International College. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chen, for those meaningful words. Graduates, embrace life's journeys. Don't be afraid to face new challenges that lie ahead, because if you find a path with no obstacles, it probably doesn't lead anywhere. Best of luck in all you do, And from all of us at CIC, congratulations. This concludes our formal component for the graduation ceremony, but we do have one task that's left to do, and that's a new tradition at CIC, which involves the graduates tossing their caps. It requires that I do some orchestration and we have audience participation as well. So I'm going to get the camera crew to make sure that they're in the right position. And the graduates, I think the best thing is for you to stand up for this. And I'm going to ask the audience to help me do a countdown. So we're going to count down from 3, and on 1 they're going to toss their caps. So if you want to join them. The grads should join. Okay, audience, are we ready? Counting down from 3. 3, 2, 1. Toss. Okay, thank you. I need you to be seated for one last thing. So, graduates, thank you. A celebration such as this takes an enormous amount of planning and effort on the part of many individuals, and I need to thank Mr. Lawless and his vocal music class, the choir, and the school band for their assistance making this a special day. Thank you to our maintenance team, our liaison group, student development, and the university placement departments for their tireless efforts in making this graduation a success. Finally, thank you to the members of our platform party, His Excellency, and parents and guests for joining us today. Didn't have to. After the recessional of graduates, please join us in the Living Wall Lounge for a reception. At that point, you have an opportunity for graduates to take photos with their friends and family and staff. The staff will be around. We have photo areas set up for you to use. There is a reminder for graduates to ensure that their gowns are returned to the student cafe, and for teachers to make sure that your gowns are returned to 113 after we're done the photo part. And for families, as you leave the school today, please accept a small gift at the exit. There's a gift table as our token of appreciation for coming today. And graduates, last thing, you're welcome to keep your caps and tassels, your caps and tassels as a momentum of the graduation. Please stand for the recessional, and we now call upon Leo Tees to sing UIC CIC.
As we step into the future, let's not forget the past. Those people who we met made us who we are at last. We came here strangers, now we leave as such good friends. Now I stand for all of you to say, it's the beginning and not the end. Is it you I see? CIC. 1,000 faces smiling back at me. Is it you
Thank you.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played in a piece of Lord, and you